So he set himself the unenviable task of trying to disentangle this whole damn thing. And I'm really glad. It's about time somebody did this. I am probably one of the most prolific songwriters on earth.
You are watching The Steve Kilbey Show with Sean Graham.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Steve Kilbey Show. I'm your host, Sean, and I'm almost falling over here at the MIM for night 2 of 2 here at the MIM, Musical Instrument Museum in Phoenix, Arizona. It's another pre-show, quick video here. Yesterday I promised some flyers for some of the other Arizona shows they had. Tonight I'm wearing my Singles Tour shirt, new merch, very exciting, my hat, of course. And, there wasn't a ton of info about a lot of these early shows here. The one in 1986 that I said in Tempe, the one in 1986 as well, right after that in Tucson at a Nino Steakhouse. I think I might have mistakenly called that Tempe yesterday. Same thing with the 88 performance of Studio West. It was a Starfish tour. I'm assuming they played a lot from Starfish. The 94 show at Anderson's here in Phoenix was the Sometime Anywhere acoustic tour. That was only Steve and Marty, if I didn't specify that yesterday. But I will show you quickly here what I have from the 1986 show here at Tempe Grand Central Station, which I think is great because Graham Central Station, since Graham's my last name here. I do have the original flyer, which is kind of cool. Thanks shadowcabbie.net. So the church in concert. The colors are a little messed up here, but you get an idea. There it is, April 23rd, 1986. I wrote down there. So not a lot of info, but it's pretty cool. This was at 33rd and Indian School here in the Phoenix area, and there's the original concert ticket, kind of what it looked like. So this is great. Love to see that. There isn't a lot of information really until the 2006 acoustic tour, which the Uninvited Like the Clouds tour was happening here. And so at July 22nd and July 23rd, you've already seen this flyer because I've shown it from other tours, but I went ahead and plugged in the shows here that were in Phoenix. So we know all about this tour because I talked about it recently, but the 7/22, July 22nd, 06 was at the Marquee Theater. That was a sold-out show in Tempe, Arizona, and then the 23rd of July was at the Rialto Theater down in Tucson. Again, the Uninvited Like the Clouds acoustic tour, which we know about. Then they weren't back here for quite some time. In 2016, they came back. They were in Flagstaff with the Psychedelic Furs, and this was the promo for the tour. Psychedelic Furs and of course the church. Psychedelic Furs, interestingly enough, Rich Good of the Furs was at the Belly Up Tavern show the other night, and Steve had a video on his socials with Rich Good talking about that, so that's kind of cool. And if you want to see Tantalized from the July 15, 2016 Flagstaff Pepsi Amphitheater show in Arizona, you sure can. It's on YouTube. So check that out. They played Delirious, which I thought was interesting, a track from Further Deeper, an album we haven't discussed on this show yet. But a lot of other stuff we have discussed. Further Deeper is an album we'll be getting into, obviously, eventually. But Delirious was one of the standout tracks from this for me because we haven't talked about it yet. So that's kind of interesting. And then they were back in 2017, the year after that, at a place called the Press Room. That was at 441 Madison. It's in the Warehouse District of Phoenix. It's since moved to Tempe, but I went ahead and got some video of what that building looks like. So hopefully we'll see a quick clip of what that video looks like if we have time. But it was during this tour, of course. The Helio sequence opening up for them. There it is. That's the flyer for the show there. And this was October 14th of 2017 for the Man, Woman, Life, Death, Infinity tour. And here's what that tour promo looked like. You've seen this. We looked at this the other day. They were then back again, as I mentioned, in 2022 at the Crescent Ballroom. And again, I got some video of the Crescent Ballroom, a place I have actually been to, but though not for this. Jeffrey Kane was also featured during that show on keys and guitars. It was just something I noted. And here's the original ticket. This is the Facebook sort of group posting for it from the Crescent Ballroom's website. So this was in May 6th of 2019. I'm sorry, 2019 is when that Starfish tour was. But they were back at the Crescent Ballroom in 2022, and I have a really shitty copy of what that flyer looked like. But this flyer is also useful because it was a Pappy and Harriet show that I went to that we'll be talking about as well. But here is what that show is. You can check out a lot of tracks from this one. In fact, the entire show from this Crescent Ballroom show is on YouTube. So if you look up May 22nd, May 11th of 2022. That entire show apparently is on YouTube. It includes a lot of great songs, including No Other You of Hypnagogue, which I love. Hypnagogue, Tantalized, Myrrh, Block, a lot of great songs. C'est la vie, which I love. And then they came back in 2023, October 6th, 2023. I think I got that date wrong yesterday. Sorry about that. I really liked this ad that they did for the show. I remember seeing this on their website, and it was the Hypnagogue Returns. I'm a big fan of the Hypnagogue. We talk about it a lot, and by we, I mean me. It says In Concert World 2 Part 2, and I like that it looks like a movie poster, and the all the dates down here look like the billing block that's on artwork for movies, which I really like. And that list here, this Wild Horse Tavern Saloon, I think, which is at an Indian casino here. And of note of that is it's at the Gila River. I believe it's at the Gila River Resorts and Casino sort of thing. And just something interesting, little Arizona history for you, that or Arizona in the vicinity, because I believe the Gila River sort of nation expands until I've got a paper flying away there. Expands into the Sonoran part of Mexico as well. And anyway, the indigenous people of that area have been around for over at least 2,000 years, but probably over 2,000 years, including establishing a very complex agricultural system way before European exploration sort of happened in this part of the world. So again, Hypnagogue was at that Indian casino in 2023, and now they're back. And so we're here night 2. It's my final night of this tour, seeing the church. I'm very excited to see what night 2 at the MIM brings. See you after the show. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another post-show interview with myself, Sean Graham of the Steve Kilbey Show. Trying to be a little clandestine here because they're trying to shut this place down, so we're going to do this pretty quick and quietly, because it is a museum after all. So just wanted to talk about a couple things with the show. First of all, the show was great. The crowd tonight was better than the crowd the first night at the MIM, so really good. Some of the stuff sounded really good. In particular, I thought the crowd was really warm again, and rapturous at certain moments. Some highlights from the night, of course, Tantalized, Block, which is a song I could listen to all day long, every day. A lot of really good stuff tonight. Another Century, second, oh my gosh, just second I said, but what I meant was Sacred Echoes Part 2, which I love. The new song Western I really like. I'm excited to hear the new album. Might have an update for you there. Yeah, overall, let me just quickly go over some stuff. Here's the ticket for the night. I found this on the ground on the way out, so I thought that was kind of cool. It's a little bittersweet, to be honest. This has been a really fun thing to do, and so it's a little bittersweet for me that it's the last night of me seeing this tour, but I feel like I'll see him again, pretty excited about that. Pretty hopeful about that, I should rather say. It's one of those bands, The Church, that for me are, I'm keeping a watch on these people over here. They're very, they're better live, in my opinion, than they are on the records. And the records I love, they sound great on a lot of those records. I in particular like how they sound on the new stuff on the record, but just what the band is doing live, I think it just sounds so good. And in talking, with some people about this, it feels like there's a similar sentiment, among fans for sure. What I think Ian and Ashley are doing and bringing to the band, and how they've sort of, respected the old material prior to them joining the band, but also added a little bit new flavor, I think is great. Obviously, Tim Powers is still in the band and doing great. Love his drumming, and his energy with Nicholas is great. So overall, it's a really, really good time to see this band. And there's no time like the now, Steve Kilbey's work is, if nothing else, very inspiring to me. I think I've talked about this before, but just overall, so much body of work is really impressive to look at, and the quality is just really good. So, one other thing I saw was this little special wristband. And yeah, I just want to recommend for everybody to go check out this show. I loved it. Again, it's bittersweet. It's over. I'll be heading back from Phoenix tomorrow. and listening to some church because I'm not over it yet. This is Sean Graham. One other thing that I might have for you, another post episode, but that'll be a different part if that works out. So much love to everybody out there. Listen to some church, listen to some Steve Kilbey, and I'll talk to you soon.
So he set himself the unenviable task of trying to disentangle this whole damn thing. And I'm really glad. It's about time somebody did this. I am probably one of the most prolific songwriters on earth.
You are watching the Steve Kilbey Show with Sean Graham.